That's the movie I was in right there. Last Night at Eddie's.
Oh, wow.
That was the romantic lead. Look at me. Look how gorgeous I was.
Who's that trying to fuck?
All right, dude. Both of you. Enough. You didn't see that shit. No, get the fuck out.
Who's that behind you? About to violate you.
That's the co-romantic lead.
Yeah.
I already started.
Oh, we're good. We started already.
All
This
right.
is perfect. This is the best way to start.
That's sexy Bobby right there.
Yeah.
There's men, that's
even fatter Bobby. The other one.
that's fat. That's rock and roll Bobby.
That's right.
I have many variations of me.
Oh, there's
that's
a-
fucking demon Bobby,
Yeah,
devil
that's
Bobby.
satanic priest Bobby.
Yep, that's right. Many variations. Yeah, there you go. Look at sexy
Look at that
Bobby.
guy,
Look at Puerto
fucking-
Rican Bobby.
Hey, yeah,
There's Puerto Rican Bobby.
Yeah, that's
Puerto Rican Bobby.
reggaeton Bobby.
Look how good looking I was, though, man. What the fuck?
What year is that?
Dude, I don't know, but shit, if I was him right now, I'd be in like a Statham movie. I'd be like one of those. Look at this chubby. They didn't pick up the pilot Bobby.
And that one on the right is the I want to hang out with Terror Squad Bobby.
That's look at I'm all flush. Look at my skin from walking. Yeah, look at fucking Ninja Bobby.
Oh, and there's Jesus Buddha Bobby on the bottom right
That's
there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Boxer, Butterbean.
Butterbean Bobby. Yeah.
Butterbean Bobby.
Butter Bob.
I mean, is it amazing that a body can do that? Just become.
It's amazing that you've exceeded all your limits in years.
I mean, where's that picture? I fucking hate
Jesus,
that.
is somebody choking you on that one?
Look at the other one.
Jesus.
Look at
That's
dude. That's Photoshop.
That's found in an ocean, dead Bobby floating. That's drowned Bobby.
That's illegal to drive over on a boat in Florida, Bobby.
The Bobby with the Scully on looks like he doesn't speak English.
Which one's that?
That one right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oye, per cosa montores y pecados de motorizo estoy Roberto. Gay.
Look at that Bobby. That Bobby.
That Bobby's
that Bobby finger fucked your sister.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that Bobby. Oh shit.
That Bobby's being finger fucked.
Yeah, you gotta watch your kids around that Bobby.
That was a Philly punchline, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking. Yeah, that's so fucked up. I got so many me's. Wait, there's me. Look at sex. Look at little dirty Bobby.
Fucking jawline Bobby over there.
Yeah, look at with the hat.
Oh yeah.
That's Puerto Rican Bobby right there. Look at that.
Yeah, look
Bobby.
at that. That was
South Boston.
avant-garde Bobby.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I don't eat meat.
I don't eat meat, and this is my painting. It is what it is. I don't care if you like it.
It's
or not.
whatever you think it is.
Yeah, look at that kid.
Wow, and that's
God.
it's the best part is you ate all those Bobbies and became this one.
Fuck both of you too. That's fucked up. I ate 17 Bobbies. Oh shit! Oh, motherfucker! Wow.
Hey, Bobby, you got so fat you lost the dimple in your chin. You know when people say you really filled out? You filled out.
Oh, motherfucker.
If you send him a DocuSign, it's already filled out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's many. Now let me ask you a question.
It's not like I didn't get fatter over the years too. You know what I mean?
You just didn't go. You stayed.
No, I went up to 240 at one point.
No, really.
Yeah,
Is there a
240.
fat? Can I see is there a fat Russell?
Is there my jujitsu picture? There's a few fat Russell Peters pictures.
I mean, dude, I got a lot. I mean, I've been 19 different people. Billy Burr said I ate myself out of show business.
No, you ate show business.
I don't know, man. You look the same. Like you're like Indian dudes and Mexican dudes are the same. You can never get fully in shape. You always got like a little. You got like 2 abs and a pot belly. Like you can't.
That's literally what I have.
Yeah, you can never get a
literally
full
what I
6
have.
pack. You like fucking floury taco shit.
I'm 2 ab Shakur over here.
All right, what the blue suit?
Oh, that's that. Look at that. That's on my way to being Brown Bobby.
That's,
Not Bobby Brown. Brown Bobby.
yeah, but you still look good because you dress. Oh shit!
There you go.
Oh
Come on,
shit!
buddy.
Let's see that. Yeah, that looks like you have a cooking show on like Food Network.
and we didn't waste any food on it either.
No. Holy shit. That's cooking show, Russell. Well, look at all the stuff he's typing. Your assistant's mad at you.
He typed in Russell
He just
Peters fat.
He just wrote in.
You know what I don't
cocksucker.
like is that Russell Peters fat was already in his history.
Look at that. That's you. That's you and your own cigar when you're launching your own cigar, Russell Peters. That's Rocky Patel, Russell.
Look at my balls though.
You got oh my God, is that your package?
Yeah, it's a little something
Holy
I put together.
Shit.
I'm
Look,
upset that Eddie has that.
Go back to that jacket. Let me see that jacket again.
Which one? The one that won't close?
No, the one that do you ever hear of a fucking iron? What's up with the one on the right? What's up with that pocket?
Oh man, that was one of them linen ones. The minute you touch it, it fucking wrinkles.
My Lord, dude.
I wanted my jacket pocket and my balls to look the same, just wrinkly and blue.
There you go. Oh, there you are, right there to the right. Wow. That's that. Go back there. That's if you moved to India and never left Russell. That's
Yeah.
what you look like.
That like you could see my head doing this in it.
Shit.
I've had some incarnations.
Look at
Look at
Carlos
that one.
Mencia, Russ.
Yeah, that was me, Carlos Mencia Russell.
Fuckers. Wow. Yeah, but not as much as me. I mean, you're pretty much the same, dude. Did I ever tell you I was supposed to go to India for a month and do a show?
Really?
Yeah, like I'm talking years ago with Keith Robinson.
I can't imagine Keith in India.
We're in
Look at all these fucking horses and cows everywhere. They're horse shit.
The fuck was that?
That was my Keith Robinson.
Was
I do a terrible Keith
was he
Robinson.
fucking John Wayne? I don't know.
Listen here, you fucking.
It's, God.
Shut up, stupid.
It's up in your nose. It's up. Not you're doing the
Do it,
throat.
do it.
God. You. Shut up, dummy. Cocksucker.
I don't know. I don't think either of us are. You out, Rip?
I'll be back.
Yeah, you know where I'm at.
I'll be sitting right there.
Okay, Rip Hamilton was in here just chilling, but he's
Bye, buddy.
out.
Nice to meet you too,
You
man.
took Vinny with you?
As you know, when the podcast is going south, when your friends leave.
Yeah, they're like, this shit.
You
Like, we
walked
we
upon
had them. They were laughing and shit.
This was like the free. This was like the free thing, and it ended like, I don't want to buy it. I'm good.
Yeah, well, you got fucking Cuban cigars, any drink you want, whatever you want. They're like, yeah, we're out. We're just gonna go sit in the car. They just fucking left. Keith Robinson, we're in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
They call us up. We're in there for 2 weeks, Amsterdam, out of the country. I'm flipping out.
Mm-hmm.
They call us up. I got a gig, India, a month, 5-star hotels, 20 grand each. You have
the
to
whole
do
time?
shows. We're like, great. All you have to do is write down your sets because they have censor police at the show.
They don't.
Well, that's what they said. And they go, we got to write down your jokes. They need to know what you're going to say.
Huh.
And Keith Robinson wrote his stuff down on a piece of paper with a pencil and ripped out the page with the little ruffles on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, what do I give this to? I go, dude, are you going to mail it? We need to do it today. I go, we have to go to an internet cafe. He's like, what's that?
You could have just taken a picture and sent it.
No, you couldn't.
No?
Where? How? With what?
Text it. Take a picture of it and email it to
Before
somebody.
phones.
Oh, is it?
Before phones, dude.
Oh, when the fuck was this?
Yeah, I told you. It was like fucking 15, 20 years ago. Before we had cell phones. When you're in Europe, you were just in Europe. You had
No, you had cell phones. They just didn't have camera capabilities.
They didn't have camera capabilities, but you might have had cell phones, but we couldn't afford a fucking cell phone. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't afford one then. I just had one. I remember that's when you get your cell phone, take the SIM card out, and change it whenever you got to a different country.
You had to
right.
take the SIM card out. That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just buy a shit phone there, right.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing that.
He didn't know what internet was. We took him to the cafe, and he didn't know how to type. He sat there for an hour and a half with one finger typing on the keyboard. And then he faxed it in, and they said, yeah, we're not going to take you guys.
Wow.
When they read our act, they were like, yeah, we don't want it. They canceled the show.
Yeah, there's no censorship there when I was there. I say whatever the fuck I want to say.
They said they had censor police at the show. If we said anything against the country or the government, they would cancel the show.
You sure it was India, not Pakistan?
All right, I'm not going to get political here. Okay, there's a lot of shit going
I'm
on.
just saying
in the
it.
world.
It sounds like Pakistan that was doing
India.
this to you.
It was fucking India. Matt Frost booked it.
Who?
Matt Frost.
Did you get Yoshi already?
What am I bombing so much? You got to get another guest on? What the fuck's going on? I'm right here. I mean, put your phone down.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that.
What do you have? Fucking ADD? Talk to me. What's going
I got
on?
ADD. I was worried about.
I'll bring up another topic.
How are
The
we
fi-
miss?
the Keith
How are we
Robinson
missing a
thing died,
52-year-old Japanese man? That's what I want to know.
Is he 52?
Yeah.
Stop it. Mm-hmm. Is his head bigger or is it same size? What is it?
I want the suspense to kill you.
Oh, good. I just remember he had a big head and a very small
Look at that.
body.
Stupid.
No, it's stupid. Nope.
I don't know. I think we're both. First of all, we both.
Dummy. Oh, here it is. I got it. You dummy.
No, you're doing Red Fox.
Hey, Red Fox is close.
Listen to me, stupid.
He called me up he goes, Bob Kelly's a fat fuck. I'm like, what? Bob Kelly's a fat fuck. I go, what the fuck you doing? Bob Kelly's a fat fuck. I go, what the fuck? I haven't talked to you in a month. And this is how you call me. He goes, I'm at speech therapy. He told me to pick a sentence.
He called me. When he had his second stroke, I called and then some girl answered in the room.
Yeah.
And I said, how is he? And she goes, I'll put you on speaker. I go, would you get your ass better so I could fucking stroke shame you?
I tell you, when he had his first stroke, we were all devastated, of course, because of Patrice.
Mm-hmm.
And we go up to the rehab. It was the same rehab, too, that Artie Fuqua was in.
Right.
With, what's his name?
Tracy.
So it was kind of fucking scary. Like, we're back here again. This is just a tragic place. So we're waiting in the waiting area, and we're all bummed out and scared. So all of a sudden, a half hour goes by. They wheel him in. His arms are like this, and he's going, oh, no. And I went, oh, no. And he went, I'm just kidding, stupid.
That reminds me of this story. There's this comic in Canada named Manolis. Great kid. Great guy. I say him a kid. He's the same age as us.
Right.
But, he can't spell worth a shit.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's almost like, how are you 50 years old and you can't fucking spell, like, simple things? So another comic had gotten stabbed outside a convenience store. This guy named Stan Thompson. Stan gets stabbed outside of a convenience store, and he's in hospital, and Manolis goes to visit him.
Yeah.
Stan got stabbed in the back and in the back of the head and all kinds of crazy shit at that thing. So Manolis goes to visit him, and he brings his, Stan's not awake, so Manolis has his notebook with his jokes in it.
Yeah.
And then they go, Mr. Manolis, there's another person here to see Stan, his brother. And he goes, so you need to leave so his brother can come in. I go, oh, okay, cool. So Manolis puts his book down and he leaves.
Yeah.
His brother comes in and Stan's, sleeping. His brother's sitting around. He sees the book there, and he opens the book and he starts crying. And then Stan wakes up and goes, what the fuck? What are you crying about? He goes, oh my God, you got brain damage. He legit thought he had brain damage from reading fucking Manolis's writing.
I just saw you. He was right
Yoshi lives.
You saw him?
And he took off
He
again.
started coming in the door and then he backed out and
Now he's leaving
walking
again.
around the kitchen.
Now he's walking around your kitchen.
Wow.
It's very weird. He's going in your cabinets right now.
He's going
This is
around.
the least focused podcast I've ever had.
Yeah, you're really unfocused. I don't appreciate it. And I don't like the way you were just sitting either with your leg over the hump there.
I'm a humpy leggy guy.
I don't know how you do that.
I can't cross them. That's why.
I can't
Yeah, my
cross them
fucking
either.
balls are huge. By the way, this is culturally canceled with Russell Peters and Bobby Kelly and
Brendan Daly.
Brendan Daly. I forgot Brendan's name, to be honest with you.
That's okay.
Another Mick from Boston.
Yeah.
And you're half a Mick, aren't you?
Italian and Irish, yeah.
Yeah, that's about the East Coast mix, is what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin Quinn says that my great grandmother got raped on the Khyber Pass.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
You hungry, Yoshi?
No.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Yoshi. Yoshi's here. Here, Yoshi. There's a microphone over there.
Hi, Yoshi.
You want to sit in that chair, Yoshi? Because we can make that happen for you.
Hi, Yoshi.
Bobby, how are you?
How are you?
Let me give you the backstory on Yoshi today. Yoshi literally just drove in from Vegas. So if he seems a little discombobulated, it's because he's been driving for 5.5 hours on a 3-hour drive. But that's not the point. The point is he's here and he made it. And he wasn't, he was trying to get back and he got back. I wanted him on this with us.
Hey, Russell, how are you?
How you
So
feeling,
I
man?
got a vaccine a couple days ago. It just made me drowsy last 3 days. So
Yeah, your eyes are barely open.
I know.
Hey, you look Japanese.
I haven't seen you since Comedy Cellar. Like, I don't know. It's been years ago.
I used to see you a lot more than I see you.
Yeah.
And I've seen you in the last. Yeah, you look a little fucked up. I
Tired.
forget if it's you or if you're fucked up. I forget your personality.
It's probably my personality,
both,
to be
it's both.
honest. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Let's call it a lack of. But I mean,
Yeah.
I just remember Yosh was, I really, because I love you. I think you're great, but I just remember leaving you all the time, just not knowing where we stood. You know, like I didn't like not knowing if that was a good conversation or a bad conversation.
Bobby, you've always been great. And
Yeah.
well, Bobby's
very,
the most
very
consistent
honest.
with that.
What's
He's
that,
been the
buddy?
most consistent with how he's been with everybody.
Me?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I never had like one bad Bobby memory.
In fact, I feel bad the first time we met, I kind of made you sick. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, you did your act?
No.
Why did you make me sick?
When we met, I think I met you through David Tell, and we were shooting porn in New York City. And I said, Bobby, would you like to come? And you showed up.
And he came.
And
I came.
you went over there.
I did not come.
No.
I did not come.
You didn't come.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No,
you
I
didn't
did not
finish.
Oh.
I did not come. I did not come.
In case your wife listens to this.
No, not at all. I would be fine with that. I don't think I came. I'm sorry. Finish the story because maybe I did go.
Yeah, we were filming a scene at the tattoo parlor, and we put bags everywhere in the room, and one of the girls shot milk out of her ass, and you got really sick.
I did go to that.
Yes, you got
I
really
remember
sick.
that.
How'd you forget that?
You know,
Why would I not bury that? Why would I keep that in the forefront of my memories?
And
yeah, I'd be
But
like
to
my
to
kid's
this
birth.
day, he won't drink chocolate milk.
Yeah, the day I got married, my kid's birth, and the day I saw some hoe shoot milk out of her ass.
And I think I didn't do a good job explaining you. You thought it was regular porn, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So milk went in, and eggnog came out of the ass, and
Yeah.
you almost threw up.
It was a yellow, like an off yellow.
Yeah, and that's how I met Bobby. So ever since then, I kind of feel bad.
Well, I just remember Yoshi would come up. We'd be talking. We had a show
Yeah.
somewhere, and he'd be talking. We outside, and then it was time to go, and he'd be like, "You want some porn?"
Oh
And
yeah,
he
that
just-
was
he just go to-
That's how I met him.
Yeah.
And
I
he'd
think
give
that's how
you a-
everybody met him.
He'd give you a bucket of porn, but it was a grab for all. You didn't know what you were getting.
And I always put a tranny in the movie, and the ones that complain, and it's usually like it's a fake complaint if they like it. They
Oh,
pretend like they don't
absolutely.
like it.
Yeah.
I know you didn't like it, and neither did Boss. But there's a couple other comedians like it was a really, really fake
Hey,
outrage.
what is this
Yeah.
titled? And where can I get more that I don't want? You know.
Yeah, you'd always get a tranny porn in there, and then
Yeah.
there was some scenario porn. I liked it because you would have give me. I like the scenario. Remember, I told you that.
What kind of scenarios?
I like the build up. I like the
Yeah,
acting.
I'm with you. Like I want to know some. I need to know that I want to see them naked as opposed to they just show up naked.
You guys need a backstory, a porn backstory?
I need a backstory.
Not a huge backstory. I mean, it doesn't need
Little
to be
bit.
fleshed out. You know.
So you guys are not the gonzo porn. You
no,
like
just
stories.
the random chick just getting railed. I don't
Yeah.
know. That doesn't do anything for me.
And I like a regular dick. I don't want this fucking
I don't know
Rocco.
how many dicks you like.
I just don't like a big, massive Rocco dick. What was his name? Rocco
Siffredi.
Siffredi.
Yeah, his penis and his legs were his legs were always shaved. I like a regular guy, and then the chick comes out and they talk, and then something happens, and then
You want to
it
know
build-
that you want to pretend it's you.
It builds. I like a build, and then I like an explanation at the end. I like the ones at the end where they go, "Hey, this is my husband. This is my wife. We just wanted to try this kidnap fantasy." You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I could feel okay at the end. You know what I mean? Be like, "Oh, it's just jokes." Yeah. Remember the time you gave me that dildo?
Wow, Yoshi.
I don't remember. Did
You
I do
really
that?
go above and beyond sometimes.
Well, he goes, you want some porn? I was like, yeah. And then we get to the truck, he had a box. He goes, you want a dildo? You want a dildo?
I think the most of the toys I give was Patrice.
Yeah, he
Because
took a lot.
he insisted like a glass dildos and things like that.
Well, we called him Dr. Dildo.
Yes.
Patrice, that
yeah.
sounds about right.
He was well. Can I tell you how funny this is? I was talking to his mom. I go because we went to Brazil a couple times, and he would bring a duffel bag full
Yeah,
of dildos.
Keith, you, him. I was invited.
Norton.
Right.
Yeah.
Norton.
Yeah.
And he would bring a duffel bag full of glass dildos
Right.
and regular vibrators, but he had to do it on carry-on because you couldn't check it because they'd break. So we'd have to put it up through the fucking X-ray, and he would just stare at the person looking at the X-ray like this because he knew it was coming. And then they go, all right, and they just walk through because there's fucking just 17 dicks in the fucking shadow, right?
And you got this 6'6" black guy standing in front of you.
But I actually asked his mom about that recently. I was like,
What'd you ask her?
I was like, whatever happened to his dildos? And she was like, "Oh, Bobby, oh, Bobby." There was a briefcase. It was like in one of those metal suitcases. I was like a spy. Like
Yeah.
he had him in a metal suitcase.
He had the foam cut out to the shape of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a
So they wouldn't flop around, you
And she
know.
was like, "I didn't know what to do with those, so I threw them out."
That's hilarious.
Instead of getting a hat, because we all got hats.
You got a hat too?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Thought
Did you
I
think it
the
was
only
just
one.
you?
I thought I really did think it was just me.
You got 2 hats, though. I only got 1.
Well, yeah, I pay for the funeral.
Oh. You at the funeral?
I didn't even go
Why?
because I was on tour or something, and I was like, "Fuck, I couldn't go." And then, but I'd given. They were short money, so I gave them the money.
Yeah.
Me and Kevin Hart paid for the rest of the funeral.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, but I don't think either of us went. Did Kevin go?
Kevin spoke, yeah.
Oh,
Kevin
Kevin. Yeah, I
went.
wanted to go, but I couldn't. I was away somewhere.
Well, we were
It
all
was like
there.
in November, wasn't it? Like that time.
Yeah, it was a weird time. They brought the casket out. We were all the ones. We were just in the church, alone. All the boys, just us comics.
Right.
And then we were over there, and we all went up and touched the casket. And then we all turned around to leave, and we looked back, and Will Sylvince was trying to open up the casket. We were like, Will, stop! You can't.
Oh, it was closed casket?
Yeah, it was a closed casket.
Why?
I don't know. It was his mom.
Well, when you have a stroke,
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're dead, they can refix it, can't
No,
they?
stroke. He wasn't that bad. I saw him in the hospital. He wasn't.
oh
He
really?
looked- it was weird. He actually grew a beard, like a full beard, when he was in the hospital.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Was he talking and then?
No, not when I saw him.
It was just in
No,
a coma.
when you have a left side of your stroke, that's the whole linguistic part. So even if he recovered, he would have never able to do comedy, unfortunately.
Oh, thanks for bumming us out more.
Okay.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
You know,
how could I-
Yoshi's got a great
the
Patrice
fuck?
story though.
Oh, if he did make it, he still would be nothing.
When he just said how much he hates you.
Oh, the last time I saw him, he told me. Last time I saw him, I did a show with him in Arizona. I think August of 10 years ago this year, and he said something about on stage like, I don't have any Asian friend. Like what? Like I've been sending porn for like 10 years, right? So I was a little confused. Then he told me next 2.5, 3 hours how much he disliked. He didn't hate Asians. He disliked them, and he was giving me all kinds of reasons. And he was basically associating me with Chinese people,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
far worse thing to call,
Yeah, you
because
guys-
Asian people, with all this Asian hate,
Yeah.
you know who hates Asian people? Asian people, honestly.
Yoshi's one of them self-hating Asians is
Do
what
you
he
not
is.
like Asian people?
Asians?
Oh, yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
Why do you keep saying Asians? Stop. You're freaking me out. You trying to cancel me?
Now,
No.
wait, are you saying all Asians or you just like the Japanese?
Well, I'm ethnically Korean, but I grew up in Japan, so we got hated in Japan.
Yeah, but how did they know?
They know.
They can know. Yeah.
There's no way they would have thought you were Korean.
Why not?
Because he's tall.
Radiation.
True.
But they could usually tell where you live by your last name and the profession that you have, and anything to deal with shoes, anything to do with if you butcher,
What?
and anything to do with the funeral or cemetery business, because they're Buddhists, you're not supposed to kill cows. So anything with like shoes, cowhide, that's a dead giveaway.
Who's
Dead giveaway.
Buddhist?
See what you did there?
The Chinese.
That
Say
you-
what?
The Chinese are Buddhists.
No, the Japanese are.
Japanese are Buddhist.
I think the
so
Chinese
are
are as well.
So are the Chinese
I think the Chinese are.
and the Koreans, but
I should know.
You should, as a Tibetan.
As a Buddha.
As a
What are the
as a Buddha,
professions?
it's true.
What
As laughing Buddha.
what profession? What's the distinction in the professions?
well, I mean, anything to do with dead bodies, like cemetery or funeral, you are either non-Japanese and or buraku, which
You
is
always
like
do a karate chop when you talk? I'm sorry.
You never know when something's going to attack him. Once a ninja, always a ninja. But your family had fully changed their names, hadn't they? So wait, who moved to Japan? Your dad?
my
Or your grandfather?
my grandfather was basically a slave labor, because Japan occupied South Korea.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you're ethnic Korean, they force you literally have like a slave name, and they force you to have Japanese name
Right.
because they're trying to control you by prevent you from speaking your native language and trying to force you to be like Japanese. But this is a huge problem in Japan because there's still conflict between foreigners in Japan. And, you know, my dad was born in Japan, and we were still considered like foreigners.
Did you get a Japanese passport?
No, we
You didn't get a Japanese passport?
They won't give it to you unless you go through this painful and humiliating process and change your.
Called stand-up.
Yeah.
So
What would they make? What's the wait? I don't
What do
understand.
they do?
Why is it painful? Like
Did they bind your
emotionally?
feet? Did they?
well, I mean,
I'm trying to get there.
even if you move from one neighborhood to another, you have to report yourself to the local police station if you're not Japanese.
Are you shitting me?
No.
Are-
Maybe they have changed, but
Are the Koreans considered Gaijin?
oh yeah, they're
So it's anybody who's not Japanese is Gaijin.
yes, but if you're white foreigners, you're treated better because you're white skins. You're
Well, you're
better.
clearly different.
Yeah, we dropped a fucking
What about
couple
Indochines?
nukes on
How are
them.
we treated over there?
Not particularly, you know. I mean, Japanese are not aggressively racist,
They're
but
like Canadians.
I don't know what that means.
What's
like,
that?
I mean, they're racist, but they don't tell you about it. You know, it's not it's not one of their selling
No,
points.
Japanese. Well, I was over there with Colin for the USO tour, and they were a little. They're like fuck you, speak Japanese,
Well,
They don't
also,
want-
you
they're very
only-
polite.
huh?
They're extremely polite.
Very polite, but they don't. But when we got off the plane, we got in trouble because me and Nick were being loud
Yes.
in public, and they were like, the lady was like, you can't, you're not supposed to be loud in public.
That's too aggressive, and that's another thing that they don't like about the Chinese because their language is very tonal and very loud.
Yeah.
They don't like anything loud.
Yeah,
and
they
I think
I saw
I
a
cut
video.
a fart on the bus. I was on the 14-hour flight. I think I ate everything they gave me.
Probably.
I got caught stealing cheese and cake that I didn't have to steal because we were in business class. It was
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
The lady came up. I fell asleep, and a ball. I had it in my pocket, and I must have squeezed it, and it was a ball of cheese and cake together. And she found it. She goes, "Sir, is this yours?" And I was like, "No." she goes, "You can just have as much as you want. You don't have to."
What airline were you on?
I don't forget, United or something.
Oh wow.
And we got there, and I had so much gas. And we were on. You get off the plane onto a
The bus to take it to the terminal.
and I let one rip. It
Loud?
Was, it was like, "Frah," and everybody. It was so. The smell was so terrible. Nick DiPaolo just got angry. You know, he was like, "What the fuck, you fucking cocksucker, you dumb idiot!" Well, I got a fucking. And we're jammed in like sardines. And the lady handed us a piece of paper, and like the first thing was, you have to shut the fuck up right now because you're gonna get us in trouble. Because and the farting was bad. They were mad at that too. I couldn't. You're not supposed to.
That happened to me and Angelo. You know Angelo Sarukas?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Angelo and I were flying back to LA from Singapore, and the night before we had gone to this local Singaporean. You've been to Singapore, right?
No.
Newton Circus. There's a place called Newton Circus, and it's like this outdoor food court, and everything is fresh. Like people call, "Come on, try this." And we had this stingray. And it's fucking delicious, but it's spicy as shit, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
The next day, your farts are wretched, though. So we got on the flight, and it's an all business class flight.
Yeah.
And Ange is sitting beside me. The seats are huge. Like, it's two of those chairs. You know what I mean? That's one seat.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they're too wide because you can't get comfortable.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you gotta lean one side or the other. But anyway, we take off. We fall asleep. I fart in my sleep, but I don't know it's me. The smell woke me up. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I look over, and Angela wakes up and is like, what the fuck is that? And then I let another one go, and I'm like, oh shit, that's me. And right then, the fucking flight attendant's walking by, and the smell is thick. And she looks at me, and I'd do this. I point at him, I go. And she's like, oh, like, you're gross, fat man.
You know, Florentine almost got kicked off a flight for farts.
Really?
Jim Florentine, yeah.
His farts as loud as his fucking voice.
His farts were so smelly. They were like, "We're gonna land the plane, sir. We're gonna fucking." They were not joking. Like, "We're gonna land the plane. You're gonna have to leave the plane."
was this a
His-
domestic?
It was domestic.
I
Yeah.
see.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That just.
You know, for a guy whose last name is Florentine, they smelt anything but like Florins.
Yeah, farting on a plane has to be one of the greatest I mean, like when
I
you
know
have
when I fart on a
terrible
plane, it's
gas-
always smelly too, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, is there anything better though?
But it's because when you're descending, the fucking pressure.
Well, you know what I love is because I did it one time, and I made a girlfriend punch her boyfriend in the arm. And he woke up. He went, "What the fuck?" She goes, "Stop it." He goes, "What?" And she thought it was him because he must have said, "I have gas or something." It was terrible though. It was atrocious. I don't think there's anything better. Like a loud fart is great, but a real smelly.
Oh my god.
I mean, I thought I was going to grow out of it. I thought there was going to be one point where I grew out of it. I've never grown out of it. When was the last time you shit your pants?
Oh shit. I had the runs about a month and a half ago,
Yeah.
and I had it bad. Like I ate some caviar that made me fucking sick.
Oof.
I don't eat caviar, so that's probably why. And the farts were wretched, and the fucking farts were all sharts, and
Yeah. Oh.
and I was laying there, and I was like, okay, I think I could no, and I was like, oh fuck, and then I got up, and it was in my shorts, and then I
Yeah.
got up, but it was on the bed like a little, and I had to fuck. It was embarrassing.
It's a whole problem, yeah. When it's in the
It's
mattress.
it's a whole problem, Brendan. A
Yes,
whole
it is.
problem. That Tom Papa calling you?
Yeah. It's Tom
I love
Papa.
Tommy.
I love Tom Papa.
So
too.
fucking funny, that guy.
He is a very funny guy. I always thought he was gay.
Why would you think I'm gay?
I like bread and musicals. Why would you think?
Musicals are the best. We had a great run.
But he's really just a fucking big Italian guy. You ever see the size of his hands?
Yeah, he's a big fucking
He's a
guinea.
big
Yeah.
fucking guy. He'll take care of you.
Yeah, gently though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
I'm gonna make you.
Sorry, I didn't
suck
mean to
my
say shit.
pecker. I'm gonna make you go down on me in the hallway at the cellar before I go on.
Right? And you're gonna enjoy it. Like my set.
He's so funny. It makes me angry.
Yeah, it is annoying because you're like, what the fuck? How did you just make that so good?
Yeah, he's really
That
fucking
story
good.
that any one of us would have told would have been lame.
Yeah,
He does, and you're like, why was that so goddamn funny?
it's his
It's his
cadence.
It is his cadence.
His cadence is fucking off the charts. As far as he just tells them when to laugh.
Yeah.
You know the story. He's so good. Colin Quinn would fucking throw up if you heard me saying this.
Well, what the fuck was that?
You cocksucker! I want to fuck him. I'm the fucking greatest one. He bite his knuckle.
I hadn't seen Colin in years. I remember bringing him a videotape in like 96 when I was there.
Videotape of what?
My special, because he was like, I was at the cellar with Keith and Patrice when I was sleeping on the couch in Woodbridge.
Oh no shit.
And they took me they got me on in the cellar, and then Colin was there, and I was like, oh, hey, man, I love Tough Crowd. And he was like, well, what are you, Indian? I go, yeah. He goes, yeah. I go, I'm a comic. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd like to have you on the show. Give me a fucking tape or something. So I got him a VHS, but I never heard back from him.
Really?
I think I handed it to him in Montreal, one or the other. Huh. But whatever it was, it never.
That's so weird. I didn't know you stayed with Patrice and Keith.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Patrice lived in the kitchen, right?
No, he was sleeping on the couch.
Oh, he was sleeping on the couch
Yeah.
because he moved into the kitchen. They put up that fake wall,
Hilarious.
the accordion door,
No, that wasn't there yet.
the dining room, the little room.
Yeah, I remember it.
So they put up an accordion door, and that was Patrice's room. And then you go to Keith's room, and Keith's fucking weird.
That's when Ramont was still there, right?
Ramont, remember? Well, who was his brother's name?
Ralph.
Ralph, who had like
Ralph
9
Harris.
sitcoms.
Yeah, Ramont Harris was there then, too.
Yeah, Ramont was there.
Road Dog.
Road Dogg, and they used to play Sony PlayStation.
All fucking night till 6 in the morning, and I was sleeping on the couch at that
Yeah,
point.
I remember.
And I was, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, Patrice was in that because I was sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
At that point, and I was like, yo, can somebody just not sit in that end so I could put my head there?
Yeah.
I don't want my face in your ass energy.
Tekken. Remember Tekken?
Tekken is all they'd fucking play all night. Even I jumped in a couple of times, and I don't even play video games.
Yeah, I remember that. We used to play Tekken. I was living with Burr. That's when I lived with Burr.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Burr.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Godfrey and Mike Epps used to be roommates.
Yeah, that's true too.
Wow.
And Dave Edwards used to live with Dave Chappelle in some condo.
Fucking great. Yeah, Burr moved to New York from Boston. 6 months in, got a Go Pilot, Carsey Warner.
Oh,
Go
wow.
Pilot with Molly Ringwald. What the fuck was it called? I forget what it was called. But he was just gone. He went to L.A. right away. Go Pilot. I mean, they're going on air for 14 episodes.
Huh.
So
Did it go?
It went. It did. It played, but it got canceled.
What was it called? Pull that up,
Townies.
Eddie.
Townies.
Townies?
It's called Townies.
Was he playing a Boston guy?
I think it was about a Boston guy. Yeah.
What a weird place to be from.
Yeah. He booked that right out of the fucking gate. There it is.
Wow.
Right there. There's Billy. Look at Bill.
Wow, look at that.
I mean, look at Bill, man. Bill's a good looking fucking guy.
He looks like Chris Titus there.
Yeah.
Did
Look
you
at.
used to live in L.A. too, Bobby?
I moved to L.A. That's so funny. I came here for pilot season one year, and I was
What year?
supposed to 98.
Oh, you came early.
98.
When
and
did you wait? When did you start stand up then?
I started.
Because you were in a troupe first, right?
Yeah, I was in an improv troupe. I don't like the way you said that, but
Well, you know what? You heard it the right way.
okay, good. Yeah, I
You
don't-
heard it the way I
I don't,
said
I don't
it.
like
and
the
that's
fucking
good.
tone on troupe, but
What
yeah.
was the troupe all about?
Yeah, yeah. It was me, Dane, Al Del Benny, and this guy.
Yes, it was.
And Jay Davis. No, not Jay Davis. Sorry, that was Torgasm. Jay Hall.
Right. What was it? Al and the Stooges or something?
Relax, I'll get there.
Sorry.
You don't have to just. You don't have to. It was Al and the Monkeys.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, we were fun. We were big, dude. We came on. We won the biggest amateur competition in Boston, the BCN Comedy Riot,
Right.
which Anthony Clark won. I mean, just some big names won that thing before us. We were the first improv group to win it. Patrice was in it. Billy was in it that
In
year.
the competition or the troupe?
Competition, and then we won. And we went. We played the Boston Garden.
Billy who?
Billy Burr.
Oh, Billy. Yeah, right.
And
You played the Garden.
we played the Boston
Did
Comedy
you hear Brennan
Riot.
get all fucking Boston? You play the guy.
Play the fucking. That's him, dude.
What kind of pants are those? Khakis.
What?
Khakis.
You got your cockies?
You got your khakis on with your khakis?
Yeah, there was 14,000 people. We got booed off the fucking stage because it was they put us on in between the Spin Doctors and Fish.
Fish or oh yeah, fish
Fish.
with a PH. I remember them.
And I remember we all had different colored shirts on and tucked into our jeans. We looked like a boy band.
What year? This is like 90.
This was fucking Jesus Christ. I don't even know. 94. And
Wait,
I remember
So it was the Spin Doctors. You guys came on and did a set.
we were doing
and then
we were
Fish.
going to do improv and sketch in between
That's
the.
completely mental.
We were so full of ourselves that we were like, yeah, let's do it.
But that crowd, you must have got booed.
Dude, listen to me. We got out there, and I remember Dane came up with the idea to squat down, and as they introduced us, we jump up and spin.
Like doctors?
No,
Like Fish.
no, like the Pips. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so they go Al and the monkey, and we jumped up and just spun, and to nothing, by the way. Like nobody. We were supposed to like woo.
Every person in the crowd is tripping on acid. It's a fish show.
They were all fucking high, and we started with a sketch. And I remember halfway through the sketch, it wasn't going, and I just remember I saw a bead of sweat come down my friend's eye, Jay, and it went through his eye that was open, like it didn't even blink. It just went through his eyeball. He was in such shock, and then they started booing, and then I grabbed the microphone, and I grabbed the microphone. I went, "Hey, I know you guys didn't come here to see us. You came here to see the Spin Doctors. Wow. And Fish. Wow. We didn't come here to ruin your night. We guys here with a rock and roll. Rock and roll, yeah." I go, "But give us 3 things that piss you off before, besides us." And then they just started, because I needed stuff for the improv.
Mm-hmm.
I needed things that made them mad besides us.
Did it work?
No, they started throwing shoes and shit. They threw a lighter. I remember I just heard a lighter go right by my
It'd have
ear.
been funny if they threw fish at you.
Well, I remember that we went back and everybody loved us before the show, and then no one would talk to us, no one would touch us. And
Oh, that's the worst.
it was the worst.
When the backstage people turn on you, you're like,
yeah,
but I thought you were with me. I thought you knew what I could do.
14,000 people. You heard one guy. I remember him. I heard one guy go sha na 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 na. Hey, hey. On that last hey, all 14,000 people went, hey, goodbye. And they just started louder and louder. Billy Burr was in the audience. He actually came to watch it. And my uncle was
Did he come
there
to watch
too.
you, Fish, or Spin Doctors?
He came to watch the bands, not us. But we were there. So he was there. He saw it happen. Yeah,
You know what's funny is a booing boosted Billy's career.
yeah.
And a booing changed yours too.
Oh, a booing fucking. I went into acting. I stopped doing comedy. I went and did 2 movies and a play on off Broadway in Boston.
What?
I quit comedy for like 2 years.
So when did you come back? 96?
I don't know. I can't. Yeah, somewhere around there, around 96, maybe a year and a half. I quit. I got a
25
movie.
years ago you came back.
I did. What's that?
25 years ago you came back. That's when you started stand up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can you talk about the off-Broadway stuff? I want to hear that.
I did 4 Dogs and a Bone. John, the guy who
Sounds like what Yoshi had for lunch.
you can say racist stuff. It has to be funny. That's all.
It's not racist, it's accurate. But go ahead. I want to hear more about this play.
I did a movie, independent film. Actually, Billy was in. Mm-hmm. I really want to find it. It was called Koala Bear Kid, and I was the
Eddie
star
find
of
Koala Bear Kid.
it. You can't find it. I've tried. I actually
Eddie will find it.
I was a mob movie, and I was a kid selling drugs with the mob, and I got in trouble. But the lead mob guy, I remember we were rehearsing, and the lead mob guy, who was a gay actor, but when he auditioned like
That's redundant.
give me the line is, you better have my fucking money, you motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking kill you. But in rehearsals,
He wouldn't be in character?
He would just go, you better give me my money, or something terrible is gonna happen to your body. And the kid was like, hey man, what's that? What are you doing? He's like, Eric, I have to plant the seed, and trust me, by the time we shoot, the character will grow. It will be there. He's like, dude, I'm all my money is I can't. Can you do it the way you did it when you got the part? Just do it that way. And he'd be like, okay, all right, I'll try. And then all of a sudden he'd go, let's redo it. And he'd be like, I'd walk up like, hey, I got your money. Let me tell you something, mister. And he'd be like, stop. What are you doing? And the
Sound
kid,
like Saul Rosenberg.
he's literally pissed off. He's freaking out. This kid grabs me and goes, dude, I don't know what to do. But I worked in the North End at La Familia Giorgio's. Yeah. My best friend was Stephen Giorgio, who literally, whatever. He knew some people. He's like 6-something, wears gazelle glasses.
I remember you telling me about this guy before.
Fucking the best. I mean, he's the best. I was he would call you up like, what are you doing? And you had to say something, or you were doing whatever the fuck you want. He'd be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, nothing. He'd be like, all right, meet me down at Ming's. We're going to do a comedy show. I'm like, Ming's has been closed for 20 years. He goes, it's open now. And you go, I went down there. There's all Cadillacs and Mercedes. You go in, just a bunch of Italian guys in this Chinese restaurant in wife beaters eating meatballs and fucking spare ribs. And then the guy Moosey walks up and goes, you better be funny. I'm like, for what? He already had me booked on the show because Joe the Barber was getting out of federal jail. And I had to do a comedy show for this guy at Ming's. But I go, listen, I know a guy. I know this guy. I can talk to him. So we go down to the North End. Steven's down near Bova's Bakery talking to a group of old guys. He goes, 1 minute. Give me a sec. Then he walks over to another group of guys. 1 more sec, guys. Then he walks over to another group of guys. I'll be with you. Then he comes over to us. He's in full tracksuit. He goes, I'm in more huddles than a fucking NFL quarterback, you cocksuckers. And he goes, good wave. Nice ruining my fucking story.
Carry on.
Cocksucker. Fucking, yeah, just it's,
fucking Yoshi.
He's like a fucking Shih Tzu. He has the attention span of a Shih Tzu.
Yeah, but Yoshi waved like one of those kitties.
Yeah, like a prosperity kitty.
Yeah. Carry on.
Carry on.
Full tracksuit.
Nice talking to you. So I get this guy who's a legit Italian,
Guy.
He goes like this. I'm going to do the movie. He didn't even ask him. He goes, I'm doing the movie, but not for you, for Bobby. So he shows up the next day at rehearsals, and he had the script for the night, and he knows he has to yell at me. So I walk up and I go, hey, I'm going to get you the money. And he just fucking snaps. He goes, you motherfucker, you get my fucking money or I'll fucking kill you. I'll murder you right now, you piece of shit. And he grabs me and just throws me across the fucking room. Into chairs. I smash into the wall. I'm fucking lying there. The kid goes like this. That's perfect. I love it. And I'm like, no. He just fucking really threw me. I'm like, Steven, you have to act. You can't really fucking hurt people. He brought his own gun to set. He's like,
Wow.
"You guys," he goes, "If you need guns, I got real guns. If you don't have real guns." But this guy is in the
So
movie.
did they fire the actor kid then?
Fired the guy. Put this guy. He's in the movie. This real guy. His son's in the movie.
Did you
Jamie
find it,
Giorgio.
Eddie?
No, you can't find it. And Billy Burr is the guy that kills me at the end. He's the leader of the Irish mob. And at the end, he shoots me in an alley when I figure it all
Who
out.
directed this thing? Brendan.
Chinese guy.
Really?
Yeah. Fucking Chinese guy.
I like that we all looked at Yoshi, even though he's Japanese.
Yeah, his Chinese kid. Something. The fuck with Lee something.
You know, yeah, that's Yoshi's real last name. It doesn't matter what mode you use or how many times you clear your browsing history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website you've ever visited. I know most of you are probably thinking, why don't you just use incognito mode? Well, let me tell you something. Incognito mode doesn't hide your activity. That's why even when I'm at home, I never go online without using ExpressVPN. But more importantly, I use it internationally like there's nobody's business. Like literally, I go to other countries. If I'm in, give an example. One time I was in England and I was not using a VPN and I went on to Netflix and I was watching a TV show, a series that was on in America. And then I went to the Netherlands from there, and it wasn't on the Netherlands Netflix, so I used my VPN to get back into the UK Netflix and watch whatever I wanted. So it's definitely got some upside to it. It doesn't matter where you get your internet from. Verizon, Comcast, ISPs in the US can legally sell your information to ad companies. Ain't that some BS? ExpressVPN is an app that reroutes your internet connection through their secure server so your ISP can't see the sites you visit. ExpressVPN also keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption available. I know this to be true because I literally use ExpressVPN. Not to be confused with ExpressVPL, which is a really fast, visible panty line. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Most of the time, I don't even realize I have ExpressVPN because it runs seamlessly in the background and is so easy to use. All you have to do is tap one button and you're protected. ExpressVPN is available on all your devices, phones, computers, even your smart TV, so there's no excuse for you not to be using it. Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by CNET and Wired. Visit my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/Peters, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/Peters, expressvpn.com/Peters to learn more. Do you know Joey Medina?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. He has a fucking funny joke. He says, out of all the Chinese, the Korean are my favorite.
Then I did Broadway. I did a play on Broadway, off Broadway.
Now that was Handsome Bobby then.
Sexy Bobby. All those were Sexy Bobby. I did Last Night at Eddie's. Was that movie that was up there? Where was the romantic lead?
With that guy.
And then not with a guy, with a girl.
Okay.
And then I went back to comedy. And Billy, Patrice, Gary, and Dane were all like a year and a half ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
They were all just fucking in.
Oh, yeah.
And I almost quit because I couldn't get on stage. Like, they wouldn't let me on stage. And these guys were just going up murdering at Nick's.
Nick had a room?
Nick's Comedy Stop.
Oh, in Boston?
Nick's Comedy Stop was the fucking place.
Then what about the one that Blumenreich used to own?
That's the Comedy Connection.
Comedy Connection.
No, the Comedy Connection originally was down the street from Nick's. It was the Charles Street Playhouse.
Yes.
And it was a very small little theater. Mm-hmm. So you had Nick's Comedy Stop that had 500 upstairs, 500 downstairs.
Wow.
And then you had Charles Playhouse down the corner. So these guys like Steve Sweeney, Tony V, Gavin, Noxie, all those guys would play upstairs, go downstairs, go to Charles Street, go upstairs, go downstairs, go to Charles Street.
Oh, wow.
And they
So
would
you could hit 3 rooms in one night.
They would be fucking.
And there was another room
murder.
down there too, right, Bobby? The Comedy Connection.
Oh, they had Dick Doherty's Comedy Vault
That's right.
across the street.
I remember that one, too.
Yeah. So it was, it's crazy. Nick's Comedy Stop was nuts, though.
Well, that's you look at like why all the Boston comics are so fucking tight and solid.
Well,
It's
you know
because they
why
had a
it
lot
was?
of fucking rooms and not an easy city to play.
Yeah, but here's what they did is, you go to most cities, the host is the weakest guy, right? When you went to Boston, Kevin Knox was the host. So they give Kevin his night. Like Wednesday night would be Kevin's night. So Kevin Knox would go up and murder.
The same in Toronto. They always had the MC as this, so the headliner, and then the MC was the second most important person on the show.
Right.
And the middle was just whatever.
Yeah.
Because the MC sets the tone for the night. And I hate when an MC, when I put a kid on to host for me, and he goes, "That's my time." I go, "That's not your time, motherfucker. You're hosting.
Yeah.
You're not doing a set, you're hosting.
Yeah.
You're doing your jokes, but you're not, that's my time shit."
Yeah.
I hate when I hear that.
Oh, that's my time is the worst. I hate this too. All right, let me give you one more before I gotta go. But
I gotta go, and
Yeah.
no, don't go. And you're like, "Oh, they're giving me the light," the fake humility shit. I hate that horse shit.
It infuriates me when I hear it.
Who's the other legendary guy from Boston? Not Sweeney, the other guy.
Lenny Clark.
Lenny Clark.
Yeah.
Oh, Lenny Clark is a monster.
He's a killer.
But that's why we got good, because you would go on. The host was just murder. Like Knox would fucking
Like,
murder.
I love hosting still to this day.
But in between each person.
Yeah, I love, that's my favorite thing to do.
So
People
you
go,
had to go up and carry that.
Yeah.
You had to carry that. You weren't
Yep.
some dude who went on before you and just ate it. You know what I mean? It
Yep.
was so you had to be there. And then that guy would, like, Patrice would go up and do it. Billy would go up, and the show was just on a Wednesday night fucking ridiculous.
I remember seeing old videos of Louis back in the day.
Yeah. Louis was not that funny.
Louis was he was kind of a pretty boy back then too.
He was weird funny, you know, like he did crazy, like a dolphin thing. Remember that shit? Like he did some dolphin shit, and he was weird. It was like Louis now to me is one of the funniest guys, just because he found his thing, and now he can take anything and put it into his thing, and I love what Louis does. Like it's just
Yeah, it is masterful to watch.
yeah. But back in the day, I remember Louis would come into the cell, and I'd just be like, all right.
Bobby, when you were performing in Boston, did you see Stanhope a lot, or did he
No.
move away?
Stanhope was not in Boston.
But
Like
not
he's
a
from that
Boston-
area, right?
What?
Isn't he from Boston?
Don't do that. We're gonna have to cook again.
I thought he's from Boston.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember that. The first time I heard Doug Stanhope's name was when Dane went to San Francisco for the competition, and Doug won, and Dane came in second. I remember that. That's when I heard there's this guy in San Francisco that's just fucking killing it. Like he's just ridiculously funny.
I think Barry Katz already told everyone that Dane's going to win it, and that pissed Doug. And I think he didn't take the competition seriously until he heard that.
Really, that
Yeah,
was that was
that's
his
what
Rocky moment. Barry Katz, Dane's gonna win.
Listen, Dane, you got this in the bag.
Oh, you do you do the worst impressions.
I know,
I've
I
ever
love
seen. You just do the face.
It's showbiz,
You look
baby.
like a blind guy taking a shit.
Well, that's what Barry looks like.
That's true. Touche. Yeah, I don't remember Doug Stanhope being in Boston.
Laughing at how bad my impressions are.
It's I mean, it's just terrible. But you do it with the confidence of fucking Rich Little. That's what bugs me.
And Rogan also started in Boston area.
Rogan was my fucking idol, because I remember I got a lot of shit when I started comedy because I was dirty.
I'm just getting a cigar. Go ahead.
I mean, what the fuck? I mean, you're the worst host I've never been on a podcast. I have a box right here. What kind you getting, by the way? What are you getting? Get me another one too. I'll fucking smoke it on. Huh? Who gets? Listen, can I just explain to you? Like, I know a little thing about podcasting. I know you're 6 episodes in, but you don't. When the fucking guy starts a sentence, I mean, who gets up? Oh, thank you very much.
I mean, if you're gonna get up with a purpose, that's different. You know what I mean?
Can I? You know what? You got a good point there. I'm so glad you got up. I mean, geez, this is like talking to my wife, by the way. It's like telling my wife about fucking the new Apple phone that's coming out. Oh, good. Hang on. Do you want chicken? I'm going to go put it in the oven. What the fuck? Look at Yoshi still waiting. I love Yoshi. Where was I, Yoshi?
You were talking about Rogan and
Rogan was your
Stanhope.
hero.
Oh, Rogan. I'm sorry. You were my hero, too. Yeah, Rogan was. Because I used to get shit. I remember they were like, you can't swear. Don't talk about sex. You need 7 minutes of clean material.
Who
I
said
hate
that?
that was all the big thing when we first started.
Right?
Do
Yeah.
a clean act. It'll help you get on fucking Carson.
No, it was Carson and Evening at the Improv and,
Ugh.
all these shows.
Comedy on the Road with John Biner.
All those shows were huge, and those guys would get on it 7 minutes of clear material, and then you can go on the road. And I was just like, no. I mean, I just got out of juvie hall. I'm sober. I'm going to AA meetings. I'm banging, and I'm fucking not, and I'm not doing drugs and alcohol. I'm fucking, and I'm doing comedy. So I really didn't have that much, and I was a piece of shit. Like I was an asshole. So the stuff that I was talking about was the only thing I knew. And then when I saw Rogan on MTV's Comedy Half Hour, and he talked about getting a blowjob, but he did it like FM radio style. Where it was like you got to find the perfect amount of pressure while she's kissing your nipples to push on her head to get her down to where, and it was just so funny that he was talking about sex on TV, and I was like, that's my guy, you know. And then he came to Boston and
I can't even picture Rogan doing a sex joke.
Really?
That's so weird.
Dude, he was so intense when he did his
What do you
jokes.
mean was? He still is.
He still is, but back then he fucking had that. He just fucking stared at you, and fucking.
And you knew he could kick your ass at that point too.
Yeah, he was a fucking funny motherfucker, man. Confidence, I love that.
Well, he's confident because he's smart. You and I are fake confident. We're dumb as shit.
Well, I don't know if I'd lump myself into what you are, but I mean, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? We should have stayed at the hotel. I mean, what the fuck?
I said there were cigars.
I'm in the Cuban, but Jesus Christ, food better come with this.
We're gonna order
No,
something.
I know what you're saying. You are dumb, but the thing is, it's not a total stupidness. You know what I mean?
It's calculated stupidity.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
have
be honest
smart
with
people
you.
around you, which is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a president.
It's like shaving your bush to make your dick look bigger. You know, it's the same size dick, but it looks bigger now.
Bobby, would you say the most comedians from Boston are the most honest comedians out of all the?
By the way, I just want a disclaimer here. Yoshi's been in America for 42 years.
Yeah, and he's never lost it.
And his brother, who's also named Yoshi, has no accent at all.
Yeah, but if he didn't have that accent, would he be here?
No. We're like, who's this whitewash guy?
What was your question? Can you ask it intensely again?
It just seems like most of the Boston comedians are very famous for being very honest.
I think because of the comedy we came up with, it wasn't. You know, there was a couple guys that were joke writers. Gary was, Stephen Wright were. They were, but mostly all of us came up with guys who were just telling stories about shit that happened.
Was Steven the guy that we looked up to?
Stephen Wright?
Yeah.
No, he was gone by then.
No, I know, but like it's the same in Toronto.
Yeah, people looked up to him. You know what I mean? But we really looked up to Kevin Knox, Sweeney, Gavin, Lenny, Tony V. You know, DJ Hazard. There was these guys.
Wow, DJ Hazard.
Remember him?
Holy shit, I remember him.
Yeah,
Kenny
he was.
Rogerson. He was another
Kenny
one.
Rod, the Viper, Joe Yannetti. I mean, all these guys were such fucking murderers on stage.
Who was the kid from Maine, Bobby?
Oh, Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. You know Bob.
Oh, Bob. I love Bob. What a
Bob
fucking
is.
great guy.
I can't. I don't know if there's anybody who's funnier. Just jovial, funny.
Yeah, and he makes you feel happy.
He's just the fucking nicest guy. Like
Sweetheart.
To me, and I'm not saying this to kiss your ass. I'm really not. You, Bob Marley, and Jimmy Carr were probably the nicest people I've ever met.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding, man. My wife
Jimmy
actually
Carr.
remembers you. She brought you up.
Yeah.
Because when we were, I remember I was going home. I just had my kid, and this fucking lug in the airport just went, and I mean, it's like 6 a.m. He just went over to the thing and bought a stuffed animal for my kid and goes, "Hey, give this to your son," and he still has it on his bookshelf.
How old is he
And
now?
He's 17, but
He still sleeps with it.
yeah,
as
he
a matter
still
of fact.
sleeps. I mean, he that's like that type of shit is in you, who you are. You know what I mean? And Bob Marley's one of those guys who's just fucking nice. And his comedy, his Instagram is hilarious. It's him talking to himself and just telling stories about what happened that day as his mom, his aunt, his fucking dad, his uncle. And it's if you watch this and you didn't know he was a comic, you're like, this guy's insane. But he's the sweetest guy. And I love guys like that too, who just said, fuck the business, I'm out.
Did he quit?
Dude, he was in L.A. He got 6 development deals.
Wow.
Bought 3 houses in L.A.
Right.
And then went, I'm out.
He did Boondock Saints 2.
Yep. He goes, I'm out. I'm done. I'm just gonna go. I can go back to Boston. I love stand up. I'm done trying to make it for what they're trying to make. They just won't. It's fucking too fucked.
Yep.
Sold all his houses, bought a house in Maine, and then tours New England,
Yeah, like Boston.
and makes tons of money
Good.
and spends time with his family and friends. He has an RV. So when he does a gig, he takes the RV to the gig.
Whole family?
Even just for laughs. He'll drive the RV up, and they'll take friends and family and just spend the time in the RV. Yeah.
Figured it out.
Yeah, I love that. I love shit like that. I love when guys are like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not doing this. I'm out. I'm tapping out. That's the greatest thing about being a comic. Is
Yeah.
you don't have to.
You're not at the mercy of it. It depends on where your mental is at.
Yeah.
What do you want from it, you know?
Yeah. There's Bob Marley. Look at that fucking weirdo. I mean, he's just fucking, his face.
Yeah,
is
you know what?
fucking-
He looks like Burr with Down syndrome. It's really nice.
Yeah, he really does. But he did something smart that I suggest to every comic, young comic, is don't try to become good in the city you want to be in. Become good in your city. So by the time you get there, you're the new guy, but you're really a headliner. Like
That's what I did.
Yeah, he showed up in Boston one night. I remember when he came in at Nick's. We were all at Kowloon's, and they were like, "Oh, there's this new guy from Maine." And we're like, "Oh, here we go." He goes up and fucking buries the place. But he's been, headlining in Maine.
When I moved here, I was 16 years in the game already.
Yeah.
And people were like, never heard of me. They were like, oh, this guy must be new.
Yeah.
And they thought I grew up rich or something because I had money at that point. I
Yeah.
just made money.
Yeah.
But I was all new money. I came up fucking broke.
Yeah.
Cut to a year and a half before that, I was broke as shit.
Yeah.
But I just...
Even the comedy store prevent you from entering. Remember that?
the comedy store
What
didn't
did
let
you
me
say?
in one night. I'll translate. What he said was the comedy store didn't let me in. There's some guy working the back door goes, only comics only. And I go, I am a comic. I don't know who you are. And then
Yeah.
Yoshi was like, hey, that's the Russell Peter. You like the man?
Finish him.
Yoshi turned into Blanca. You know what I like is how unamused Yoshi is by any of this shit.
He's not amused, but every time he's got his wet his mouth every time he insults him. It's like mouth goes dry.
All that nuclear shit.
Yeah, that's I think that's a smart move. It's like New York. We all came from Boston, but we were all headliners. So
Yeah.
when we showed up to Boston Comedy Club, or when I had my audition at the Cellar, 5 minutes, all right, whatever, boof, bang,
Yep.
bye. And she was like, call me. I was like, cool. I wasn't, because you're the new guy in New York and you stink. You're just the new guy. You're the new guy in New York and you're really a fucking headliner somewhere else, or at least a strong middle. You're going to just blow it up. They're going to be like, yeah, you're going to supersede all the shit.
I remember in 2005, I had sold out the Apollo in Harlem for 2 shows.
Yeah.
And I think that was like on a Sunday. And then the Tuesday, I went to go to the Strip to do the open mic.
Yeah.
Well, not, whatever it was. It was new comic night
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing. But I'm, at that time, again, 2005, I'm 16 years in the game. And I do my act. I talk to the crowd. I set up my bits that way.
Yeah.
I do my 5 minutes. I get off. And the lady, I forgot her name. What was the lady that ran that fucking place?
Starla.
Yes.
Ugh.
She goes, I go, well, and she goes, well, I don't like my open micers talking to the crowd. But if you call back in a couple months, I might put you back on. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I'm touring all over the fucking world. The fuck
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah, they don't get it. They didn't get it up there. I mean, that was the hot when that was when the Cellar was in shit, by the way. The Cellar wasn't even selling out every night.
Right.
Wow.
They had a barker out front, and you'd go. The Strip was the hottest club in the city,
Yeah.
so they really let
Oh,
you know.
You know what happened was I did my set. She told me that, and she goes, now watch Steve Byrne. He's going on. What? That's how you're supposed to be up there. And I was like, what?
I mean, I love Steve.
I love Steve Byrne too, but they made it seem like that's your benchmark. And I'm like,
Yeah,
and Steve is a very dear friend of mine, but I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah. I remember I auditioned twice there. Both times killed. The first time she did the same thing to me. The second time Lucian came over and he goes, well, we don't really need that many more white comedians. I have enough white comedians. I go, I just did a whole fucking 5 minutes about not looking white. Like I look Puerto Rican. And he's like, well, we have a lot of Spanish people too. And I was like, all right, dude, I'm out. I'll see you later. I'm fucking going back down to the
I
cellar.
remember going there in '96 with Patrice and Keith and Ramont and Chris Rock showed. That's when he was working on his that comeback special he had. What was that one called? The one, Bring the Pain.
Oh, that's
He was running the set for that night.
Wow.
And then I got bumped.
You
And I was
did?
like, oh, you're going to get bumped for Chris Rock. You're going to get bumped. You might as well be bumped for Chris Rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. It's weird. That's what it's weird if you look back at that club. Like, that club was the hottest club in the fucking world, but everything comes to an end, man.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
Dangerfield's in, too.
Oh,
Catch.
Dude, I almost killed myself at fucking Dangerfields. 30-minute set, 5 people in the audience,
Wow.
and you had to do 30 minutes.
Yep.
And the waiter would just be watching porn in the bar, but out in the open. He had a little laptop, and he would be just watching the most outrageous fucking Yugoslavian.
Maybe Yoshi had given him some discs beforehand.
It was fucking nuts, dude. And people would be like, "Where's the waiter?" And he's just out there, and he wouldn't. He would just watch it. He would sit in front of it, just watch it. He'd be like, "Hey, they need drinks." He'd be like, "All right." Yeah, that club was
We have a special on shots, orgasms. Good luck orgasms.
Caroline's too. Remember Caroline's
Oh, yeah,
was the
yeah.
shit.
Louis Ferranda, he was nice to me back in the day.
Yeah, Lou. I always liked Lou and Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline's hot.
She was hot.
I think she's still hot.
Yeah, she's hot.
She's a very attractive older woman.
Yeah, isn't it weird that we're old now?
It is. We are, but we're not like our parents at this age.
Yeah, but you ever look at baseball players now? You're like, that kid's so young. He's like, nah, you just got fucking old. You know, I'm
Yeah.
50. We're 50. How old are you?
Same as you. I'm a week older than you.
Oh yeah, we're the same.
Yoshi, your birthday's coming up, right?
Yeah.
When?
2 days ago.
Oh, hey. Surprise! Happy birthday, Yoshi!
Strip, wasn't it famous for Eddie Murphy
Why do you
and
scare me with your questions?
and Adam Sandler? I thought.
You're like fucking Iron Chef guy. Strip. What'd you say? The strip
Walk
was what?
with Yosh.
I thought Strip was very famous for Eddie Murphy and
Strip was, yeah. Strip was Eddie Murphy and Chris
Adam
Rock.
Sandler. Oh, okay.
Chris Rock, Adam Sandler, yeah. That was the fucking club, man. It's weird to see a club. It's like that's the club that you wanted to get into. But I never gave a fuck. I was like, I'm a cellar guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the cellar. And the cellar became the shit, and the strip kind of died off.
The cellar became so big, it opened up 2 other cellars.
2 other cellars, and they open up a third one. They have 4.
Is
One
it
in
because
Vegas.
it was
that-
because
that
of
one.
Louis' show?
I think the cellar got big because number one, they really just put funny people on. They didn't care about what you looked like, black, white, gay, straight.
But they would also put guys that weren't funny that were just cellar guys. And I would see them and I go, this guy again? Always he's here? I'm not going to say who they are, but you know who they are.
I know they're. Yeah,
It was
but
like- it was
they're
like if-
loyal.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
They're loyal, and I think every club does that. They are loyal to people, but I think now, I think what they did when I was coming up, Esty would sit there, and you get 5 minutes, and you'd have to go up after a tell or whoever, and they would on a Saturday night, on a fucking night. It wasn't during the week. It wasn't a tape. You went up, and she watched you, and then she went, yeah or no, whether she thought you were funny or not. And Manny would judge too. They'd watch the tape. The waitresses would be like, yeah, he was funny. And it was like this funny. It wasn't about what you said. It was, yeah, they were funny.
Did he get the laughs?
It's it. It was about funny. So what they did was every time people came to that club, they saw a fucked up, fucking hilarious show. I mean, the lineup was what? Patrice, Keith, me, Norton, Geraldo,
Yeah.
Colin. I mean, it was a fucked up Rogel. I mean, everybody on there was fucking hilarious. And then you had these drop-ins, and then Tough Crowd happened. That table in the back room became this thing that people would come to just sit near that table and just see us back there laughing and screaming and fighting. And then Louis came out with the show and went down those steps. And when he went down those steps, the world saw it.
Yeah.
And then that's when it became a tourist attraction. And when that happened, when you get people from all over the world coming to the club, the crowds are amazing, first of all. It's never a woke show. It's just old people, young people, tourists, gay, straight.
People that want to
crowd.
laugh.
Huh?
People that
they
just
want to
wanna
laugh. They came there. They know what to expect.
And they knew it was Dave's home club, too.
Dave Attell was Dave Chappelle. I mean, Dave Attell.
Chappelle. Well, they knew it was Attell's, too, but
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. I mean, dude, the people that would walk into that club, I remember hosting and being like, "This is fucking stupid. Like this is ridiculous." You know, these people paid $15 to see the top 6 comedians in the world
Of all time.
just go on stage and work shit out. I remember one night all the Wayans brothers went on.
Wow.
And 17 of their cousins that were doing stand up. You know what I mean? But it was crazy, yeah. I mean, Boston Comedy Club, that was the shit though. That was
doing Boston, yeah.
Boston was the fucking. There was something about that. It was a clubhouse.
Yeah, you'd sit in the back. Remember Dave praying in the back there?
Who?
Chappelle.
With what?
When he came back as Muslim, he laid his prayer rug down in the back. And was
I
praying.
did. He did. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I never saw that.
People making fun of him about it back then.
They were.
Yeah. But, you know, that's when he came back and he was all Muslim. And
I have a hard time carrying a notepad with me. Never mind a prayer rug.
well, you know, when you're dedicated, you're dedicated.
That's fucking yeah. Walk around. What religion are you?
Atheist?
Are you really? You don't believe in nothing.
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 Mm-mm.
Your parents?
I believe in them.
No. Do your parents believe in something?
I was raised Catholic.
You're raised Catholic,
Yeah.
and you don't believe in anything.
No, especially Catholic. Ugh.
No, you don't believe in there's a spirit or a higher power.
I believe it's an energy that we put out, and you know, you get what you put out, basically.
So you get
end. It's the end.
the end is the end. That's it. You're done.
really,
Yeah,
you're done,
done.
and you believe that everything is you putting stuff out.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you,
So it's the karma type thing.
basically.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, you've done well, so maybe. Maybe you're right. Who the fuck?
Because I
knows?
look at where my life fails, and I go, yeah, I did bad things in those areas.
What do you mean?
Relationship wise, I did a lot of, I was a shithead with chicks.
Yeah,
Now I'm in a very good place, but for a long time,
I know. Me too.
yeah. Then you met your wife, and you got your shit together.
Well, I got my shit together because I did a lot of fucked up things.
The same.
And it was about, okay, here it goes. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And you had to make that choice.
Yeah, but you do everything really early. Like, you're the only alcoholic I knew at 10. You know what I mean? Like,
I was 15, I stopped drinking. But yes, I started when I was 10.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's my daughter's 10. She won't even drink fucking soda.
I was drinking 7-7 at 10.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I was drinking, I could one sip of 7-7.
At
I was
10?
drinking with this guy named Dickie. He was 35. I remember that. I used to go, I was 10. So it's fucking beyond me that this guy just didn't fucking molest me somewhere.
Yeah, Dick is like 76 years old now.
I know he's dead. He's fucking dead.
He probably his
dead.
liver died on him first.
He was like this. He would talk like this, and I remember it was my birthday. I think I just turned 10.
Happy
And he was like-
birthday.
and he goes, here you go, and he gave me a thing of Seagram 7, and we just went by a barrel. There were tracks. And we lit a barrel on fire, and I remember I drank the whole bottle, and I got so drunk. And my mom made a big pasta dish that night for my birthday. And I went back home and I crawled under the deck, the front porch. I just ripped the lattice off and I crawled on just in the dirt, that soft, cool dirt
Yep.
under a house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so good for fucking being drunk. I remember just putting my face in it. It was just like, oh. And I went in the house. I woke up, went in the house, and it wasn't that late. I guess it was like maybe 9:30 or 10. So she wasn't mad. She was like, Bobby? And I ran into the bathroom and I had to shit so bad. And I just started shitting and then I just puked into the sink. So I would stand up, puke, full pasta tubes in the sink. And then I would just sit back down and shit more and puke and shit. And then I was trying to scoop the pasta into the shit because I didn't know how to, it wouldn't mush down because it was full tubes. So I'm scooping.
You don't chew
it in.
your fucking
My
pasta?
mom comes in. My pants are down. I'm scooping puke into the shit, and she just fucking one punched me into the hamper. I remember I was flying into the hamper, and she just put me in the bed, and I was throwing up, and I woke up the next day, and she was cleaning me up, and she goes, Bobby? I go, yeah. She goes, I never want you to drink again. I never want you to do that again. And I was like, okay. And then I didn't for like 6 months.
It's good you showed some restraint at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it went south around 13.
So 5 years of drinking, and from 10 to 15, that's fucking insane to me.
It was crazy.
I didn't start drinking until I was 31.
Wow, that's fucking nuts.
And I've been drinking now 20 years. Let me tell you guys something. I'm really excited to have Manscaped on board as a sponsor. Because as you know, if you've watched my act over the past 32 years, I've talked about being hairy. These are all the right tools for those jobs because I've been using the wrong tools. And let me tell you something, you don't want to get nicked down there. I've been nicked. I have, if you want to know too much about me, I actually have a skin tag on my balls because I nicked my balls with the wrong equipment one time. Then the skin healed all funky, and it's been a couple of women that when we got busy the first time, they looked at me, what the fuck is that? And I was like, Anyway, Manscaped can save you all that embarrassment and trouble with the right tools for the right tools, if you know what I'm saying. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. Yeah, you heard that right, the 4.0. Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredibly comfortable grooming experiences. The 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, trademarked by the way. I now feel confident shaving my, how do you say this, my twig and 2 berries, as Austin Powers once said. It even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths. So if you want to give your balls a fade, go for it, Papa. That's your business. Hey, it's your call. It's your manscaping. It's your personal grooming, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Now, if you've been shaving with the same nut trimmer on your face, you've been doing it wrong. And hence, I've been doing it wrong. I literally have been using the same clippers on my head, face, and balls. And I'm like, well, it's all attached to the same guy. Yeah, but they smell different in each area. So it's nice to know that I have one now specific unit. Hey, and did I mention the wireless charging? The new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. Now, speaking of length, you shave down your little bushy area there, you start to look like you got more length. Hey, you feel me, fellas? Don't feel me, feel yourselves. Get 20% off and free shipping with code Peters at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com and use code Peters. That's Manscaped with a D at the end, not Manscape, because you're going to end up at the wrong website and you're going to be really mad at me. It's not my fault if that happens to you. So it's manscaped.com. Use code Peters. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
I don't know. It's just Boston, right? I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, it's Boston.
I mean, I never drank with a 76-year-old fucking dude when I was 10, but
you drank, right?
I absolutely drank. I probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture. I swear, it's like part of the Irish culture.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? In Boston, there's fucking Irish-American clubs all over the place.
You hang out at
Right.
the park. You go to the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking, fighting, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
It's a
pretty much
different
what it
world.
was.
When did you start drinking, Yoshi? Sake first, or?
I think my mom offered him like 7 or 8 or something.
Drinking?
Well, that was just to get you to shut the fuck up. That was-
Because in Japan, you could just go to the store and get alcohol for your parents, no problem.
Right.
And there's vending machine as well. So.
What kind?
That's
vending machine?
What's a bending machine? It's a really spry machine.
I almost threw up.
You know your cigar's not lit, Bobby?
I forgot, yeah. It was a good conversation. They have everything in bending machines in Japan.
Yeah.
I got hot lo mein out of a fucking bending machine. That blew me away that you get fucking hot noodles out of a fucking bending machine.
Ramen?
Yeah, it was ramen out of a fucking bending machine.
Yeah.
It was nuts. We're at a
I
gas
like you're still
station.
saying bending machine.
Yeah.
Use panties.
I'm sorry, what did you just say to me?
Used panties.
Really?
Are they everywhere?
I think so.
You can buy used panties in a vending machine.
Does it have a
Yes.
picture of the girl that wore them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you don't just want random panties. I mean, it could be fucking Eddie who put them on. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you have to be a member of a club to get your panties in there, or like is there a vending machine team you have to be on, or can I just walk up and if there's an open slot, put a picture of me and put my panties in there and sell?
is it like an OnlyFans for panties back there?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but all my foreign friends were telling me about it. I never bought him one.
You never did it.
You never what?
Never bought one.
Oh.
Oh.
You weren't even curious? Like, what kind of panties are these? Were they ramen panties? Were they hot ones? Did they have?
Yeah, spicy panties.
I think they have pictures of the actual girl's picture.
Wearing
name,
them. Yeah, wearing them, we would imagine.
But I think that's a lie.
It's just a brand.
That's fucking gross, dude.
Did they have levels of soil on them?
I think so.
Ugh, how did you know it was real? Was there a DNA test or with it that came with it to prove it? Or was it could be just mustard?
Oh,
Mustard and mayo.
Yeah, yeah. Just a nice yeast infection.
Yeah. Do you
Look
guys
like-
know the chlamydia panties were on sale? Did you ever see the machine?
yeah, I've seen them. I mean, they sell magazines, dildos, all kinds of stuff over there.
In a
but-
vending machine.
Yes,
And noodles.
yes.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty
drinks,
good. Yeah.
And
food.
drinks.
Yeah.
Do they are?
I hope they're in separate vending machines.
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Oh wow, they were like
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Oh, those are like the 25-cent. The
500 yen? What's a yen?
It's probably $4 or $5 right
Oh, geez, that's not bad. I'd buy a pair of fucking used panties for $5.
I mean, just to say you did.
I love that other countries, all their money is like fucking 10,000. Like even India, fucking 9 million rupees is like 5 cents. You know what I mean?
true.
I love that. I love that. There you go.
Oh, look at that. That's a good one right there. That's like the high end machine.
Yeah, all those chicks have the same stomachs.
Yeah, I really just think they superimpose different panty colors on one
On just a chick. Yeah.
one torso. Now
You
Yoshi,
like drinking?
I
Russ?
do enjoy drinking.
You
yeah.
do? What do you like about it?
I like a nice little buzz. I don't like to get hammered.
Yeah, you like weed too, right?
No, I'm not a weed guy.
You're not a weed guy.
No
No,
drugs.
not a drug guy.
No, but you like a little sip. What, bourbon?
You know, it depends on what I feel like. Bourbon, or if I want sweet, I'll drink Disaronno on the rocks.
Really?
Yeah,
You drink
Oh.
on stage?
sometimes. Yeah, I'm not drinking to get wasted. I'm just getting a buzz.
Yeah, you like the taste of it. See, I never liked the taste of it. I never understood
That's
it.
why I never drank in the first place, because I didn't like the taste of it.
Right.
Then once you get into it, you start going, okay, I like these different flavors I'm getting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good though. You're not an alcoholic. Which
I'm
is
not an
great.
alcoholic, no.
No.
I can go months without drinking. It doesn't bother me either.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I need this. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
Are you an addict, or was just?
Oh yeah, recovering.
No, but like whatever you do, you get addicted.
Oh
to
yeah,
it?
dude, I'm fucking addicted. I'm addicted to fucking bushcraft knives. I'm
Mhm.
addicted to cigars. I'm addicted to pipes. I got into pipe smoking again.
Really?
Like again, but for smoke, yeah, I smoke pipes.
Like the ones that you hang like Santa Claus pipe.
Yeah, where's my bag? Yeah,
A nice
yeah.
corn cob pipe.
I have a corn cob pipe. Corn cob pipes are great, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, I get addicted to shit like that now, where I'm like, pipes and.
Now, was it the actual thing, or was it just the chase of collecting these different things?
I like handmade shit. I like when there's a guy making something,
Right.
like a pipe. I like the fact that this is a pipe I just bought. This is an Italian pipe.
Do you inhale with these?
No, you don't inhale.
It's
You
like a cigar.
It's a cigar, but it's called sipping. You sip, right? Yeah. I mean, look, doesn't that feel great though? It goes with your outfit.
Listen, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, you put the you gotta learn how to pack it, and then you just sit there and you sip on it, like that.
So
and you-
depending on if you like a light pull, tight pull, whatever, you can pack accordingly.
no, you have to pack it a certain way, so you'd have to keep lighting it.
Okay.
There's a certain way you pack it, so then you just tamp. So you use your tamper. So it's a whole different tobacco smoke.
Where's the tamper?
The tamper, I have it in my thing. It's just a little like a nail,
Like a little
back
just
of a
to
nail.
Give it a little poke.
And it's like what you're doing is you're keeping a fire going.
You're stoking it.
It's like it's an upside down fire.
No, you're stoking the fire.
Right, exactly. So, and then you just sip on it. You just kind of like that. I don't know. There's something about it. I got into it. My grandfather smoked a pipe. All men back in the day used to smoke pipes.
No, I get it. They used to smoke pipes and cigars.
Pipes and cigars. Mainly pipes. They mainly smoke pipes. But, yeah, I like pipes. Knives. I'm into fucking knife collecting.
Really?
I love bushcraft knives. I love, iron
What do you
guys.
do with the knives, though?
Well, it's funny is that we're doing this. I got into, camping. I got into primitive camping in the last 8 years.
What do you mean?
Meaning that,
Like you just go out in the wild and
yeah,
have to fend for yourself?
well, not fend for yourself, but like me, Ari, and Joe List.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Ari Shafir?
Ari Shafir. You go up into the woods, you hike, and you make camp. You find a spot, you make camp.
Build a tent?
You have a tent, or you can build a shelter, and you get wood, and you know, get a campsite, get a campfire, get a pit. You got to do you can do any variation. On any trail, there's primitive campsites. So that means that there's nothing there, but other campers have made a site out of it. You know what I mean? So it's not like a KOA, which I love, by the way, too. I take my kid camping all the time. But
What's a KOA?
a KOA is Campgrounds of America.
Oh,
so
right.
that's car camping. So I'll pull up with my kid. We'll pop a tent. We'll light some fucking thing. We'll hang out. But this primitive camping, the biggest one I've done so far was with me and Ari and Joe, where we went 2 hours up and then 2 hours down. And we were in the middle of nowhere on a lake, Echo Lake, in the Catskills. And it's beautiful. It's unbelievable. And then the sun goes down, and you're like, fuck. Because you're 4 hours away from if anything happens,
You're fucked.
you're fucked. There's no cell service. There's nobody else.
You have your knife.
You have your knife. You have your light. You have the fire. And that's it. You're done. And
And you hear wildlife all around you.
I mean, dude, we were out there the first night we went. I mean, it was so fucking great. We hiked up, we went down the other side, and we got there. We pitched tents. We had steaks. We lit the fire. I mean, we're smoking cigars. We were talking shit, and then
Do you sleep well?
no, it's terrible. But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But I remember I went to bed, and then they came to bed around 1:00, and as soon as I heard the zipper zip 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 zip. And then all of a sudden, a pack of coyotes.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
wow.
I don't know if you ever heard a pack of coyotes.
Oh, yeah. You hear them all the time around here, especially, actually.
That sounds like something's being murdered.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. And especially if you make a noise like a siren noise, they go fucking nuts.
Yeah. I mean, we were all lying in bed. It was so peaceful, so quiet. And then it's like, sounds like a dog's being murdered by something.
Yep.
And then it was like maybe 2 minutes, 50 yards away. Yeah, that's it. That just scared the fuck out of me, by the way, because I thought they were right there.
That's a recording from my Malibu house
Is it?
from the backyard. Wow.
Oh, yeah. And I remember all I heard was Joe List went, Bobby, what do we do now? And I just went, I don't know.
I don't know. I've got these knives.
Well, I had a knife. Ari had a knife. Joe had a buck knife that was broken that I gave him.
Hilarious.
So, yeah. Imagine hearing that 4 hours into the woods,
Yeah.
middle of the night with nobody around, and then that fucking cracks off 50 yards from your tent.
Yep.
And it was, the rest of the night was just terrifying.
That's not fun.
Yeah. But the next day you wake up and you're just like, dude, there's something about that, surviving that, getting through it and learning about it. And then the next day we were like, what the fuck? And I mean,
Did you record any of it?
no, that's the thing is you don't fucking record. There's no cameras. We're not doing any of that shit. We're up there to just be.
I mean, just for yourselves.
No. We have a couple photos. That's about it.
Yeah, like
But-
that kind of shit.
Well, me and Spook here, me and Brendan, we're gonna film. I have a show that we're filming that I've been working on for a long time, but he actually stepped in last year, and now we're gonna get it off the ground. Comedy camp. The thing that we want to do is we want to go up in the woods for 5 days with a bunch of comics. Yeah, I know, dude. I know.
I'd do one night, maybe.
Listen, dude.
Yeah.
But listen, dude.
Can you get me a bouncy house?
Yeah, there's something about it, dude. Though when the sun goes down, and you can't see, and you're by a fire, and there's no phone, there's no show, there's nobody to call, there's nothing to do, and you're just sitting there, and your brain clicks in, and
What
you
about those deprivation tanks? You could just do that.
no, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Rogan does those for a couple hours, you know?
Dude, it's not the same. It's not the same. There's something about it when that happens, and then when you have to kind of get the wood. If you don't have wood, then you're fucking not having fire. If you're not, there's certain things you have to do up there to make sure that you're as comfortable as you possibly could be, and if you don't, I mean,
What are you sitting on?
you fucking make it.
You make a chair.
You make it, dude. You got to go fucking find a rock. Go find some fell tree and get your fucking your Japanese fucking gomi saw out and your bushcraft knife or whatever knife you have, and you can do all this shit with this one knife. You can make literally a whole fucking structure to sleep in if you know what you're doing.
So Bobby, what's the like? Why did people bushcrafting became popular? I think right in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe a little bit longer.
Mainstream, yeah.
Mainstream. So what's like the philosophy? Why are people doing this? What's the point? What's the goal?
Well, the goal is to, to get away from, all of it, and be with yourself.
It's
To be with yourself because there's
disconnect.
Yeah, you disconnect. You never disconnect.
I think COVID probably helped too.
What's that?
They're moving away from their cities and things like that.
Yoshi, have you ever done that, like with bonsai trees or anything?
Bonsai tree? No, I have not.
Little miniature tree, go camping.
I think you'd fucking love it, actually.
I mean, I used to go camping as a kid, and I like fishing and all that shit. But
Imagine having a fish for your dinner, though.
yeah,
Look how Russell's dressed right now.
Yeah.
And we're talking about going up in the fucking.
like I do fight sports. I enjoy that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind getting in the ring and getting punched,
Yeah, but
and I don't mind doing
what
jiu-jitsu.
What about walking into the dark at night into the woods? Would you do that?
And like, here's the thing: my dad was a hunter
Right.
in India, so he did real hunting, and
Yeah,
it wasn't
tigers
like
and shit.
tigers
Yeah.
and leopards
Yeah.
and wild boar and
Yeah.
all that kind of shit. But they did it more out of necessity rather than enjoyment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's something about knowing how to do that.
Yeah, my dad. See, that's the thing. My dad knew how to do that because he knew how to bait,
Yep.
and he knew how to when to shoot, how to shoot,
Yeah.
where to shoot. Shoot
And what
in
was
the
he
dark.
shooting? He was shooting. What was he shooting?
A 308 or a 309 or
And
something.
what kind of animals?
Tigers,
Yeah.
leopards.
Oh no shit.
It was so my dad's last tiger that he shot was in 1962 or 1963,
Yeah.
and it was already illegal at that time. But this one tiger was killing people in the village next to where my
Right.
dad lived.
Yeah.
And the local government knew that my dad's family were hunters, so they went and approached my father and said, "Hey, can you get this tiger? He's killing people in the village." And he was like, "Well, what's in it for me?" And they're like, "We'll give you like, no joke, they're like, we'll give you $15."
Really?
And he was like, "What?" We're like, "Yeah, that's all we can afford." And he's like, "Well, would you let me keep the skin?" And they were like, "Yeah, you can keep the skin." I go, "I'll keep the skin, you keep your money." So
Yeah.
my dad found a place near where that tiger would be.
Yeah.
He found 2 trees, a nice distance across from each other. Like one would be here and one would be where the fence is for the pool,
Yeah.
And he took an ox, one of my grandmother's oxes that she had, and he tied it to that tree. And then he set up a tree house in this tree.
Yeah.
And he went at around 5, so that way the sun was going down.
Yeah.
And he set up, and then he had his magazine and his flashlights and his guns.
Yeah.
And he sat in that tree house, and he kind of started dozing off. And then he heard the ox going crazy, like was running around circles around the tree, because that means there's some danger there. And as soon as my dad heard that, he grabbed his gun and his flashlight, and in his panic, he touched the barrel of the gun with the metal flashlight and made a metal noise. And as soon as he did that, and he had the flashlight pointing down, the tiger looked up and saw him and leaped straight at him from there to there. Leaped straight at my dad, just fired off a shot. Pop! Hit the tiger underneath the throat, and the tiger flew back. And then he sat in the tree for a minute, shot the flashlight on his eyes to see if they were still glossy. And then he put a second shot in it for safety, because that fucking tiger could fake it.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking kill you. And I've got the skin still to this day.
Wow.
With the head.
That's some revenant
Dude,
shit.
did you understand? I mean, that's a fucking. I mean, from that guy,
Became this guy.
like if the electricity out, you'd starve,
Oh, yeah.
right? I mean, I'm the same way though, and I just thought I thought it was important for me that if
To go back to your hunter-gatherer self?
not that, but to be able to know how to be. I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of the woods. I'm afraid to walk. My uncle has a cabin, a house, beautiful house up in New Hampshire, and he has a guest cabin. And there's from here to that gazebo over there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to walk in the dark. I'm afraid to do it.
Oh, there's my tiger skin with my daughter.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy. man.
Wild, man.
I have that. That's mine.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. Wouldn't you like to get some of that in you?
Well, when I would go to India with my dad when we were kids, like if you went to my grandmother's place, you had to walk around with a shotgun. Like it was, I'll show you a picture. This
Did you see
is
us-
1976.
Did you see some snakes or something, Russell?
Yeah, I'll get to that, Yoshi.
What
So
do
this
you-
is 1976 at my grandmother's, and no matter where you went, I'm 6 years old.
No.
If I walked out by myself, I'd have to carry a shotgun with me. And this is us. We went for an
Wow.
evening
Wow.
walk, and we all had shotguns with us.
Yeah.
That's me, the little one.
That's crazy. I mean, that's awesome, though. Don't you think that's great?
Yeah. So in like 1981, we were there, and we were at my grandmother's, and my dad said, "I want to take you on a walk to see where we'd find tigers." So he took us on this long walk, and you have servants over there. So there's my dad, myself, my brother, and then like maybe 5 servants.
5.
Yeah, because you're going out there. If you got something,
shitty
you're not carrying
servants?
that fucking thing around with you.
Why'd
You get a
have to-
tiger, you going to carry that motherfucker back?
Well, I mean,
Like an 800-pound, 1,000-pound tiger? No. So,
5 servants. Okay.
well, everybody's poor. You know what I mean? So,
Right, yeah.
And you've given them a place to live now. So.
Okay, I got you.
So we're out there walking, and we go by this fucking little river, and my dad goes, "Look right there," and in the mud was a tiger print. He goes, "It's fresh." It was just here.
Wow.
Like you saw fresh tiger prints right by the water because it was there drinking. And he goes, "Okay, now we got to head back because it's getting darker, and there's a tiger around here."
Right.
So we head back, and I'm 11 years old. I'm kind of bummed out that I didn't see anything.
Jesus.
And I've got this fucking gun with me.
Yeah.
And we're walking back up this mountaintop to get back to the other side. And I'm just like, "Everybody stop." And everybody stops moving. And I go, "Nobody move." And I could hear, tss. And I look down, and there's a snake right about to bite the fucking servant right in the ankle. And I grabbed my gun and went, pop! And I shot it right in the head. Like I could have shot the fucking guy's foot off by
My
accident.
God.
But, close, pop! And I shot the fucking thing right in the head. Wow. And then the servants carried me home.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like, "You saved our life."
What was it?
It was an asp or something like that.
Oh.
Wow.
It was little, but it had big venom pouches on the side.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You say the dude would have dead. He would done. He would have been a done deal.
Dead. Yeah, because there's like real snakes. There's cobras. There's king
Right.
cobras, and there's vipers, and there's fucking what's
Jesus.
the black one? The mambas.
Black
All kind of
mamba,
shit
yeah.
out there. That's why when you'd leave the house, even if you're walking around, like just say this was the house, you want to walk over there, you take the gun with you.
Wow.
Because you don't know what the fuck is going to be there. There could be a jaguar in a fucking tree,
Fucking
a
nuts,
leopard, whatever the fuck. An owl would come get you. You know what I mean?
Owls are
Yeah.
nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I think there's the disconnect between those guys and us. I just think there's something, when you go up into the woods and you're out there and something happens to you where your fear has to go away. It just goes away. And you really kind of get in touch with yourself, and like you can't anywhere else. There's nowhere you can go. You can't go on vacation. Anywhere you go, you're connected to this horse shit.
Right.
Connected. The only place you can go, for me, is out into the woods, out into where there's nothing, and there's no cell service, and there's nothing. And
When you would set up, would you set up near the water or?
you have to find water, dude. You have to find running water. So you have to because that's how you get in your water.
Right.
So you have to find running water. You have to find
Like a
spot-
waterfall of sorts.
some type of spring. Yeah, you have to find a spring, which you can't get. You have to be 150 yards away from it. You have to find a place to take a shit.
Why do you
know
have
what I
to be
mean?
150 yards away from the water?
It's law because they don't want anything in the water. They don't want
Right.
people pissing shit
Waste,
and
yeah.
waste in the water because the water's crystal clean.
Yeah.
So, hopefully I'll be doing that, and because the show that like the show Alone. You ever see Alone?
Is that
The-
the one where the guy's by himself in the fucking jungle?
Well, they drop
No,
10
in like Alaska.
All right, they take anywhere
Canada.
they've got it
Canada.
all over Canada. They get remote places. They drop 10 people off, guys and women, 3 to 5 miles away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe and you can bring 10 things. You get to pick the 10 things, and that's it. You're out there by yourself. They will call you on a sat phone. I think you have to check in that you're okay, and check in the morning you're all right, and that's it. And you don't see anybody until they come and check you, and whoever stays out the longest wins it. I
What do
think
you win?
Huh? You win. The last one was $1 million.
Because Naked and Afraid, you don't win anything.
No, Naked and Afraid is stupid. There's a camera crew around.
They're by themselves.
This is they drop you off with 100 pounds of equipment.
Yeah, you're on camera because you film yourself.
And that's this show we're talking about is that where we'll be together, but there's no craft services. There's no fucking. There's no camera crew. You know, we're all we have these setups that we've created that you're filming yourself, and I'm
body cams.
I'm filming you. You're filming yourself, and all the footage from the show will be from these cameras. So,
Good idea.
It's basically and what happens to you, dude? What happens to Funny Russ after 3 days?
I'm not talking to humans.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you go through something. Maybe something happens to you emotionally. Maybe something, but who knows? Maybe you go through something by the end of it, and I think it's something for comedians. I think actors can act their way through horse shit. I think, real bushcraft people love this shit. But for a comic to be put in that situation, we always make shit funny. We always find a way.
So you want to see if we're still funny after?
No, I think we will be. But what happens in the middle?
That's because we know we're being recorded.
But what happens when you're not? When we're recording yourselves, right?
There's not a huge crew that you're in front of.
There's no crew. There's no nothing. It's us. And all of a sudden you hear something in the night, a noise. Is what your dad gave you going to come out?
I was going to have to.
Or
but what if you get attacked and fucking killed out there?
Well, we're gonna have bear spray. We'll have protection. We'll have certain things that, and we're not going into where your father is. I mean, it's
the Adirondacks.
The Adirondacks. I mean, it's But what's out there, dude?
Fucking Crocs.
No Crocs.
No Crocs.
No, that's fucking. It's fucking
New York.
I mean, this stuff.
No,
out
I was
there-
gonna wear a pair of Crocs. I think you guys misunderstood.
No, you should bring Crocs. I always bring Crocs when I go camping. They're called camp shoes because your fucking feet stink at the end of the day. But yeah, dude. So, but we'll talk.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, well, Norton's doing it.
I'll do it with
Norton's doing it.
You know what? I'll do it with Geraldo and Patrice. How about that?
Patrice probably would have did it.
No, he would have. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Bobby and his fucking white boy stupid television show.
White boy.
That's what.
You don't call it white. I mean, you're killing it before it gets started. Now,
I mean, that's what.
just white guys in the woods lighting a fire.
Patrice. That's what Patrice would call it. Hey, stupid fucking show, Bobby.
When was the last time you were out in the woods?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
When was the last time you were alone?
Oh, when I was in Canada, I was quarantining for 14 days.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Did you talk to people every day?
Yeah, all the time.
Weren't with your daughter?
No, my daughter was here.
Oh, right.
I was in Toronto to go shoot a TV show, so I had to
Oh, yeah,
quarantine
yeah.
for 14 days. Couldn't see people, couldn't talk to people. I may have squeezed a friend or two in there to drop off something and then hang out for a minute,
Right, yeah.
You camped growing up, Russell?
Yeah, but we would do cottages.
Oh,
We're not fucking.
So on vacation.
My dad was like, "What's the point of this? It doesn't make any sense. It's freezing in Canada." I remember my dad went hunting when he moved to Canada. He started hunting maybe, 7, 8 years later, and he was like, "This is not hunting.
Yeah.
It's fucking deer.
I mean, your
What do I do
dad.
with a deer? I can eat it, but so what?"
But your father wasn't hunting though. He was like protecting himself.
But they would also sometimes hunt.
Did I go hunting too?
Yeah,
I have a picture. I got to get the picture. I asked my brother for the picture my dad has of a tiger and a leopard, and one day he got.
Wow. He popped them both on the same day.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got
That's
a picture in
amazing,
there.
man.
I'll show it to you after. There's a picture of a tiger and a cobra right together.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, they don't make those guys anymore.
Yeah.
Like those.
My dad
guys-
was a little guy. He wasn't like a big dude. He was he was like 5'4".
Yeah.
5'5" max.
That's
but-
it.
Yeah, he was a little guy.
Like, right. I was talking about this the other day. Now, they shut down the pipeline. They could shut down. China could just stop giving electricity to India if they wanted to, because they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they shut down, like they shut down the Eastern electrical grid in 2003 or something. If the electricity goes out here, and there's no electricity, there's no internet, and it goes on for a week, you're people are going to start panicking. I mean, There was no food for a second. Toilet paper was.
Toilet paper, yeah,
I mean,
right.
people go nuts very fast.
Yeah, the
And-
toilet paper thing always puzzled me. But I'm from a culture that washes their ass. So
Right. So what happens? Like if the electricity goes out, if something does happen, and I don't think we're that far off.
oh yeah,
You know-
no, it's always one step away.
We're one step away from something fucked up. I mean, they literally have aliens on Fox News every day. I mean, they're here, and we're not even acknowledging it.
I have fucking illegal aliens in my house.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you really do have a fucking illegal alien close to an expensive camera. But yeah, dude, what happens if that goes down? What are you gonna do? You gonna call somebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna call the illegal alien.
Yeah, but he's gonna go. I'm going fucking back to Mexico. I'll see you later. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go talk to my mom.
He's gonna take all your shit. He's gonna like it's a pet, like,
Yeah,
not because
dude.
it's an illegal alien, because it's on. You know what I mean?
I mean, what are you gonna do? What happens when show business? I mean, look at what happened to stand up last year.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need you.
Yeah. Well, listen, I found out the hard way. You know,
Unessential.
last year really opened my eyes as to what I need and don't need.
Yeah,
You know, there's no more frivolous purchases anymore.
yeah.
There's none of that
I
dumb
didn't
shit.
explain this outfit.
These are. I'm not kidding when I tell you these are $14 pants.
Okay, I believe you.
This is an old sweater he gave me
All right.
many
can
many
you just,
years
can
ago.
I do the joke with a laugh?
Hold on.
I got to laugh from everybody. Then you got to fucking nullify it with your facts. This is 14. I got this from my dead grandfather when he fought a panther.
Why did I
And this-
sound gay when you did me just now? And then I am perturbed with your.
And this hat was from the mayor when my dad killed the third tiger that killed his son. What the fuck, man? It's just a little joke about the outfit. I think you look fantastic. Don't look me up and down, you cocksucker. I saw what you're doing. I'm dressed like fucking Tony Soprano's brother. I know. I'm fucking terrible.
Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. My wonderful guests, Brendan Daly, the director supreme, right? You're a director, right, Brendan?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
beautiful, amazing musician too.
Oh, yeah. He told me he played piano from a very long time.
He had a band, a very successful band
What
for
were
a
they
long
called?
time.
Spooky Daily Pride. I was
What kind of music? Punk?
No, rock and roll, like fun, funky rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
It was a touring band. It was the same thing you guys do, playing music though. You know what I mean? On the
Original
road.
music?
Yeah, original music was my thing.
good.
I wrote it. and
I mean, he
played,
looks like he
toured
robs
for years.
banks in fucking Boston.
No, he
but-
looks like he wants to fight everybody.
Yeah.
Well, just because they play music doesn't mean I don't want to fight
Oh,
anybody.
that's probably
Most
really,
rock guys want to fight everybody.
Yeah, from Boston too.
His boss, somebody looks like somebody bit his nose. You know what
Somebody
I mean?
bit half my nose off.
No,
Oh, well,
that's
then
true.
I wasn't fucking wrong on that one.
Wow. Let's maybe get into that before we just
Well.
end it.
Yeah, can you imagine if they tried to bite mine? They need a big fucking mouth.
They'd be full.
They choke. What happened to that guy? You killed him. My nose. He choked on it.
He died too. Why? Because he fucking ate too much.
He fucking blew up. So Brendan Daly, the touring rock musician, was here. My illustrious guest, Robert Bobby Kelly, was
It was
here.
good to see you, man.
You
It really
too.
is.
And Yoshi, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Make sure to check Brandon's Porndemic documentary.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, was
Yoshi
that the
produced
one?
with
He
me.
did that?
Yes.
Oh.
That's how we know each other.
That's
right.
right.
That's the one that blew the lid off of shit.
The first outbreak of HIV in the porn industry in 1998, and Yoshi produced that with me.
The AIDS or the documentary?
Well, a little of both.
I produced
Yeah,
AIDS. Yes.
He used to weigh 250.
It's really working out for you.
You look fantastic.
Aren't you glad you have a house in Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, you just almost made me pee. I have to pee real bad. A little tinkle almost came out
There
of my
you go.
my
So
weenus.
thanks, Yoshi. Happy birthday, Brendan Daly. Check out his documentary, Porndemic. And Robert Kelly, check him out in all the things he did. Check out all versions of Robert Kelly.
Yeah, just-
Sexy Rob, Satanic Priest Rob, Fat Rob, Buddha Bob,
Puerto Rican Bob.
Biggest Bob.
Puerto Rican Bob, Asian Bob, and then come see the Bob that ate all those Bobs at a comedy club near you.
Ah, still funny. Second time.
That's when you know it's good. Thanks, guys, for listening to Culturally Cancelled with me, Russell Peters.